Hello, welcome to Friday Sews. Hashtag Friday Sews was created by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. If you type in hashtag Friday Sews into the YouTube search bar, you will get the most amazing sewing people, a whole so big sewing community across the world that you can really catch up with and see what they're making and they've done during the week. So I'm coming to you today from my very cluttered sewing room with a tiny bit of my bunting in the background. The main lot of the bunting I put on the front of the house, so I'll put a picture up. But this was a little bit left over, so I thought I'd show you I had made it. It's Jubilee here in the UK. We've got a bank holiday, we've got a 4-day sort of celebrations. I had a bit of a Jubilee panic, other than the bunting, was the fact that everybody seemed to be buying and wearing stuff that was red, white and blue. I had a look through my stash and I came across this fabric, which, although it's not very patriotic, is red, white and blue, and it almost looks like bunting on the triangles. So I thought, great, what can I make with that? I made 2 items from it, the quickest little makes ever. This top is New Look 6217. It's a really good quick make. You can make it in woven, and I've actually made a t-shirt out of it in jersey before. It has got an opening on the back. I missed that out for speed, and I just cut both on the fold. I did make some bias binding to go around the neck, and I just folded the hem and folded the sleeves under. That was such a quick make to do, but it made use of my lovely Jubilee top. To go with it, I made some wide leg cropped trousers or pants, and as you can see, I'm not going to wear the 2 items together, I don't think. Although it looks like a sort of faux jumpsuit, I think it's a bit too much, so I'll wear the 2 separate. I've got them on with my linen trousers today. But this was Simplicity 1069, and I made Few B. It's got some pleats at the top and some darts in the bottom, and I actually put a belt round the side. There's the line drawings of that one. Oh, they printed them upside down. It's got a wrap skirt on there as well, but I don't do skirts. It's quite a nice pants pattern as it comes up high on the waist. So I made those 2 items together, very, very festive for the occasion. So my daughter last week, she wanted a t-shirt but with a gathered bottom with a tier on the bottom. She'd bought one from the supermarket and she liked the style, so I thought I'd try and recreate it. I'm really pleased with the mock-up one I made. In fact, I think that'll probably end up being the best one. For the top part, I used New Look 6556. I've made this for her before several times, so I knew it would fit her, so I chopped off the t-shirt along the waistline. So I used the pattern, chopped it off at the waistline, and then I made sort of a tier about 9 inches, I think I made. I did it 1.5 times the width, so there should be enough gathering there. Times 2 was just too much, so did that, and it's created a really nice swinging top. The only thing is it's slightly wide on the sides, so the one I'm just about to do now I'm going to bring in a little bit. It was made from a double brush poly, I think you call it. We don't often get that in the UK. It hangs really nicely. The actual fabric I bought for her last week was cotton jersey, and I don't think it's going to look as good as the mock-up. That happens, doesn't it? You make something and it's actually more successful in your trial fabric than your real fabric. So that's what I did. Now, it does look like I've done loads of sewing this past week. I have, but it's all very quick stuff. So it's not as if I've done dresses and blouses. It's all really quick stuff. So don't be overawed by it all. I had a go at making the birder, the new dress pattern that I bought a couple of weeks ago. And I made this dress here, shortened it a bit, because actually the pattern pieces on me, when I held them up against me, came to my ankles. So it's obviously designed for very tall German women. That's really wide across the top as well, really, really wide. I normally struggle a little bit, but that was crazy. It's got, which was, I didn't realise, took the pattern pieces out, it's got like an envelope neck, almost like a baby vest, well, one folds over the other. So that had to be brought in a bit. I have it here. Now, I didn't think I'd like this dress. I've made it and I thought, I'm not sure about it, but actually I've got to like it, and I think it's going to be a very good sort of beachy holiday dress. So it had an envelope. I've actually sewn it up. It's hard to see, I know. I top stitched round the top as well, because they didn't want you to do that, and it just seemed a bit, they didn't even ask you to understitch the facing, which I thought was a bit strange. But anyway, I think it is a good pattern. It's got pockets, and that was brilliant. I like the way they did the waist casing. So a very large seam, and you fold it up to the bodice, and then you encase the elastic around there. So that was really good. It was so wide. It had a back opening which just gaped out. You can see from the photo, it just came out like that. So that something had to be done about that. So I then closed it up with 3 buttons. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I moaned about the fact 1 button gets stuck in my hair. So I have no idea what 3 buttons is going to do. But it had some nice lilac buttons, so it did pick out the lilac in it. So I am quite pleased with that. It is a fabric I bought in Joann's in Florida when I was there in January. Whenever I do come over to America, I bring a spare suitcase because I just love your fabric shops. Joann's particularly, you have no idea how lucky you are. So this is one of them. It's a furry jersey. That's the only way I can describe it. It's not a double brush poly because it's thicker than that. It just feels furry. It's very nice to touch. Hoping my grandchildren were like hugging me in it. So I made that one. So that was that birder pattern. So yeah, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to alter the neck though somehow, make that much smaller, not worry about that opening in the back. And I'm going to try and make the shorts next, but shorter than that, I think. Not to wear in public, just on a holiday. I also made, I told you it sounds a lot, this birder t-shirt for my number 2 grandson, who is 5 years old. And I made it out of the dinosaur fabric that I showed last week, and it's so cute. There's a little patch pocket on the front. I tried to pattern match. As you can see, the dinosaur's got slightly wonky legs, but I don't think anyone will notice. I'm really pleased with that. I normally do the simplicity pattern, but I chose the birder one this time. I'm thinking maybe I've done it before because the pattern pieces were cut out, but I can't wait to show him. He hasn't seen that yet. It's great at the moment because both my grandsons, I only need to buy half a metre of fabric for them, but I think as he is growing taller, I'm going to need to buy 3/4 of a metre. Sorry, I don't know what that is in yards, but yeah, I'm so pleased with that one. That was really good. So after all that sewing, next week we've got a 4-day, almost like a bank holidays, 4-day break. So I plan to do a lot of sewing as my family are out and about. So that leaves me time to sew without them saying, oh, should we do something? So I bought some fabric for the little grandson, and I obviously made that t-shirt. So I need to make him a t-shirt out of the car fabric. So I'm going to use this birder one. I've never used this one before. I'm very interested to see how it goes. It's up to 18 months, so I have to use the 18 months one. But I have just noticed that I think it's got poppers on the neck edging. And as I've said before, I do not get on with poppers, so that's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously it's easier for them to put on and pull off, but I'm going to see how that goes. I will let you know. So that's birder 9316. It's got some very strange oldie worldy sort of romper and pants there. A few years ago, I made a lovely toilet bag for myself. Toiletries bag. I'm not sure what you call it in the US. It was really great, and I used this pattern here, Simplicity 1556. You can use it for gardening, you can use it for craft, all sorts of things. But I made possibly Viewy. They're all the same, I think, really. It's really good bag pattern. It came out really, really well, and I made a few for other people. I just went on a craze of anybody's birthday or Christmas. I made them one because it was just a nice gift to make. Mine now is a little bit ragged, and we have a holiday coming up at the end of June, this month. So I thought I'd make a new one. It requires 2 contrasting fabrics. So these are quilting cottons. So I have this one and this one. So I'm thinking the main base, that, and just the edges of the pockets and the tie in that one. But I'll let you know how I get on. I haven't made it for a while. I was really good at making it a few years ago, and as I haven't done it for a long time, I'm hoping I still can, and I'm hoping I've got all the extra bits, because you need things like wadding and like a waterproof fabric, like ripstop fabric, if you know what that is. And I think I've got a bit left. I'm hoping I've got enough left. If not, I'll have to wait till the shops reopen and go and get some. Now, Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, lovely Jen, she's so talented. She made a Vogue dress with different coloured linen in it. It had whites and pinks, and it was just stunning. And that's something I've wanted to do for a long time, is make almost a patchwork dress. Now in my stash I had this quick sew pattern. This was actually one that I think one of the contestants on the Sewing Bee, Great British Sewing Bee, brilliant programme, wish we could ship it over to you, did, and he made out of reused denim, and it was stunning. I bought that pattern then. I haven't used it yet, so I thought I'd make it. I tried to look to see if I had some fabrics to suit it, but I didn't, so I ordered from First for Fabrics in the UK. It's the lovely Tamlin from Sewn on the Tyne works there, and I've got some 3 colours of chambray here, so I'm hoping to recreate that. Now I don't know what it's going to look like on me. It may look a bit too childish, but it should be fun to have a go, and you can always wear it when no one's going to see you. So that's that. I am putting a lot of work on myself next week. Well, I'll see how I get on with that. I went into the charity shop the other day. We've got a couple of small ones in the town where I live. They're not big like the ones in America, and they very rarely have any sewing stuff in them. But they did have some patterns. I picked up this one. They're £1 each, which is amazing for us. New Look 6291. I think I already have this, and I think possibly I made this for my daughter quite a few years ago. But I thought I might give it a try again. Another holiday item. It's actually probably come out very similar to the Burda one, but it's got the spaghetti straps. I can't remember what you call it. They also had this one. It's obviously a super jiffy pattern, K1100, and if I was a better sewer, I'm sure I could probably make one of these without a pattern, but I am a copier. I like a pattern and I like instructions. So it's just a beachwear cover up beach thing. I just need to find the right fabric for this. I'm not sure if I've got any. They want chalet, cotton types, gauze, lightweight linen. Ooh, that might be a bit heavy. But yeah, I just thought I'd make it in the shorter length like the original version, and just thought it'd be quite a good swimsuit cover up if I get round to it. So that was that. I noticed that Adam from Adam Sews is doing a challenge for June, and it really struck a chord with me. It's #HeMadeJune. I put all the details down below in the description box about it. I think he's doing it with One Lisa Show, that channel, and it is to make something for the man in your life, or a man or a boy, in June. Now I have made some stuff before. I put up a video this week of some men's clothes I have made in the past, and I've ordered some fabric. Luckily it hasn't come yet, otherwise that will be on my list to do. But I'll have to wait till after the bank holiday. So I'm going to make another pair of shorts for my husband using this quick sew pattern 4045. Now the whole idea is for He Made June is to raise awareness for how tricky it is to find patterns for younger men, or just younger patterns, because a lot of them are quite dated in a way. My husband's in his 50s and he doesn't mind, so I've ordered some camouflage fabric, and I'm going to make him these shorts again for him, which I have made before. He loves them because it's got side pockets. but I'm waiting for that. So if you want any more details about He Made June, I'll put the description in the bottom. And give it a try. If you've never sewn for men, give it a try. And then we can really see how many male patterns are out there. I think that's it for this week. It's Jubilee, as I say. I'm wearing my Jubilee top. I've got the bunting outside my house. Congratulations to our Queen for reigning for 70 years. It will never happen again. That's why we're all celebrating. And of course, other countries in the world are celebrating as well for us. Thank you again. Thanks for joining me. Love chatting with you in the comments. What more can I say? Sorry about the cluttered sewing room. Just thought it'd be nice to come up here for a change as I have things on hand. And hopefully see you next week. Bye-bye.